Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another day, another album. It's a brand new day. Let's go see what the RNG machine says we're talking about today. Alright, so today we're talking about the second album from one of Britain's best bands, Oasis. Their first album, Definitely Maybe, is a favorite rock album of mine, and they were apparently big in the 90s. No, I wasn't there, I'm not that old. While I can't speak to their complete impact in this genre, this album would go on to be their most remembered. So anyway, here's my Wonderwall review. It's a good song, it's simple, it's catchy, and I haven't had it overplayed to death many others may have from terrible jokes about it like I just made. If you are one of those unlucky enough to have had it ruined for you by every college party ever with an acoustic guitar dude, I would completely understand why it's bad. But from an outsider perspective, it is probably the easiest song to get someone into Oasis if they had never listened to the group and somehow never heard Wonderwall already. Now that that's out of the way, we can talk about the other songs that surround Wonderwall, which, while less consistent than its trimmer predecessor, What's the Story Morning Glory starts off on a good foot, goes a bit off course in the middle, but has an absolutely solid ending. The opening song, Hello, is as appropriate an opener for the band as ever. From the title to the catchy pressed guitars that show that they're back and bringing an even bigger version of their style of rock. The riffs here are catchy and loud, Noel Gallagher's vocals are strong on attitude, and show how Oasis can make an absolute bop of an opener. Roll With It is an alright follow-up to Hello, but it doesn't quite lay on the high energy as thick as the prior tracks. The melodies are catchy enough, but doesn't really stand out at this point of the album. I'm also not a huge fan of the vocal layering on the chorus on this cut. Now, Wonderwall, Don't Look Back in Anger, is a very Beatles-esque ballad that's okay if a bit lyrically jumbled. This could be attributed to Noel Gallagher being on a lot of drugs and not even knowing what the lyrics are about on the song. It's an okay track, but maybe it didn't need to include the drugs in this cut. Hey Now gets a bit harder on the instrumental, but another song that feels kind of acceptable and bland. The Swamp Song version 1 is an awesome sounding interlude that leads into the song Some Might Say, the band's first #1 hit in the UK actually, and the lead single for this album. Noel's singing here improves in little ways throughout the song, especially in creating a catchy and fulfilling chorus while changing the rhythm. Cast No Shadow starts with a lower-key acoustic intro that leads into some great instrumentation with some help from a great string addition to create a multi-part expanse of the song. She's Electric sounds like a sweet love song with some great riffs and catchy choruses, but it does also have the occasional off lyric, especially in the first verse. Morning Glory serves as the title track of the album, with the album's title serving as the chorus. The opening riffs absolutely shred as Noel sings about how once he gets himself up with a bump, he can appreciate life around him in a way he can't quite enjoy when he's sober. Oasis has had totally no issues with drugs before, during, or after this album. Still a great song in my opinion, and the chorus is particularly great. Another Swamp Song interlude leads to the final track of the album, Champagne Supernova, the longest song on the album at 7.5 minutes. I'm also not sure where I've heard this song before, but I swear I remember it from somewhere. But I don't remember it from. Regardless, this multi-part epic of a closer is truly deserving, as it has some of their catchiest melodies and riffs in this first part, followed by some amazing guitar solos in the second half, bringing this whole project to a nice clean close. While this album is overshadowed by its biggest hit, What's the Story Morning Glory is another solid entry into Oasis's catalog at this early point in their career. The album may not start strongest, but it builds better and better until the climactic finish, and evolves the band's sound past their debut quite well. What's the Story, Morning Glory is a 7.5 out of 10 and currently sits at number 182 on the list. Be sure to let me know your favorite Oasis song, or just copy-paste the lyrics to Wonderwall in a long comment thread, and I'll see y'all for the next review. Deuces.